Sorry, just one second here. Okay, I am excited to get to introduce this new Protandim activator. It's going to be available October 4th. And before I get going, I just want to say thank you, appreciate your time, and just taking a little bit of time out of your day to learn about what other health options you have. This is the product right here. It's called Protandim NAD Energizer. And just like the other activators, it is named after the pathway that it activates. The more traditional way of medicine is to treat symptoms. What LifeVantage is focusing on are the systems in the body and how can we make them function more effectively. So especially as we age, these systems don't function as well as when we were younger. So think about it as a switch, like a light switch. If you could flip that switch back on, is that something you would want to do? So Protandim is the brand name for what we're calling this family of activators. And I feel like family is a really great word for it because they all work together synergistically to maximize the health and anti-aging benefits. So this is a nutrigenomic breakthrough. And again, nutrigenomics just means that LifeVantage is using nutritional compounds to activate these pathways that are connected to cellular health and longevity. This NAD Energizer has shown to increase sirtuin activity by 100% in 24 hours. This is a really, really big deal. If you understand how NRF2 and NRF1 work, then you know that it can take 3 to 6 months to feel the full benefits, and sometimes even longer depending on your body and what your body has been through. Some people don't want to wait that long, so unfortunately they miss out on the benefits and knowing what it's doing for them. So if you're looking for something that you want to feel quick results, this increases sirtuin activity by 40% in the first 3 hours. And then it continues to increase throughout the day to 100%. Okay, if you're like me, you had no idea what sirtuins were and what they are. And that's really why I wanted to put this together, is to help explain it in more simple terms. I've listened to a lot of medical professionals speak about this, and it can be very complicated. But what I'm going to give you is the uncomplicated version. Sirtuins are proteins in the body, and their job is extremely important. They make sure the cell doesn't get blocked by waste, and studies show that sirtuin activity comes with many health benefits. Things like healthy vascular system, maintaining cholesterol levels already in healthy range, supporting the body's healthy inflammation response. Inflammation is connected to so many health issues. Supporting joint health, heightening mental focus, improving mood, motivation, energy, and there's much more. But the thing is, that as we age, the sirtuin activity declines by 60%. So if you're over the age of 20, you should really consider activating the pathway. Caloric restriction is one way that you can activate sirtuins. This just means that you are dramatically decreasing your calorie intake by 40 to 60%. So if you do this, you really should be careful if you do like true caloric restriction and seek the help of a medical professional to make sure that you don't malnourish yourself. It is absolutely one way to achieve good results with sirtuin activity, but I just don't feel like for the majority of people that it's a very practical option. What this is showing here is how Protandim NAD compares to what else is out there. So I just told you about caloric restriction, and yes, you can get up to 94% of it, but it just doesn't seem like a great option for most people. There are other companies looking to increase sirtuin activity. However, they're using a different approach. They're using the traditional approach, which is supplementing, and that gives them only a 2% increase. Protandim NAD activates this in your body, not supplementing, activating it in your body. So your body does the work. It's flipping the switch, and your body's going to go back to work like it did when you were younger. And again, like 100% in 24 hours, it is just huge. And I feel like this slide is a great visual of showing the difference between supplementing and what it can do for you and what activating and just turning on your own body systems can do for you. So why Protandim NAD? They're all called after their triggering mechanism and what they turn on. So the NRF2 pathway turns on the antioxidant production in the body. Super important to reduce oxidative stress. NRF1 pathway is turning on that mitochondria. It's repairing, and that's the energy. Sirtuins, you know, it's turning on what I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, like managers, and you need the NAD molecule to be able to access the sirtuin proteins. So this is what we're calling this the tri-synergizer. All three of these are, you'll see in here, like oxidative stress, theory of aging. All of these are major theories of aging. If you want to Google it, and they're all connected to the aging process. So you've got the NRF2, where we reduce the oxidative stress and boost the antioxidant production. Then you've got Protandim NRF1, where you are coming in and you're repairing the mitochondria, and so it's the energy of the cell, and you need that good energy so that you can deliver the nutrients that are known to support the mitochondria. You've got to have good energy to the cell for it to function properly. And then you've got the NAD. And so I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of an analogy so to help you better understand what NAD is doing in the cell. And this is when it really clicked for me. So NAD communicates with the other two, and is telling them exactly what to do. So think of NAD as the CEO of the cell. Like, have you ever think about a restaurant. Have you ever walked into a restaurant and the floors were dirty and maybe customer service was bad and employees didn't really know their job? Maybe you probably waited forever for your food. So obviously this restaurant is under bad management. Things just aren't running appropriately. So Protandim NAD activates the managers for the cell. And those managers are the sirtuins that we talked about a minute ago. There's 7 of them that we're activating here. 3 of them work in the nucleus, which is with where the NRF2 is. That's working with the NRF2. 3 of them work with the mitochondria to create more synergy with the NRF1 pathway. And then 1 of them roams around the rest of the cell to make sure everything else is functioning properly. So when this was explained to me, it really helped me to understand the importance of NRF1 and NRF2 and those pathways in our body and for our health, because managers focus on the most important tasks first. And that's exactly what the sirtuins are doing, is they're focusing on these pathways, and they're helping everything to run better. Okay, so here's the 4 products that are in NAD that create the synergistic effect that we've been talking about. Many of you may be familiar with them. If you're wondering if you can go buy these ingredients and have the same effect, unfortunately, the answer is no. It just doesn't work that way. That's why all of these activators are called synergizers. When these ingredients are put together in very specific ratios, it creates that synergistic effect that activates the pathway. It just cannot be done with single ingredients. Here's the benefits that I was talking about a little bit. That mental focus and concentration, we all need that. Positive mood and motivation. We're living in a day and age where there's a lot of depression and anxiety, and we've just got so many other stressors and mental stressors on us. So I just feel like this is so important. Boost mental and physical energy, supports body's healthy inflammation response, maintaining cholesterol levels in already healthy range, and supporting healthy vascular system. That's your heart and your blood vessels, and of course we all need that. A lot of these sound familiar to what NRF2 and NRF1 do, and I wanted clarification as well, like how is this different then? But it's because it's working alongside these pathways that really create and maximize what NRF1 and NRF2 are doing. So a doctor friend of mine compared it, the NAD, to a mom. It says a mom runs the household and makes sure everything is in tip-top shape. And I thought, you know, there's this old saying, like, if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And I think we can all agree that that definitely happens within a home. And so think of NAD as the mom. And if the mom isn't happy, then you got your nerve 2 and your nerve 1, and they're not as happy either. But if we help the mom to feel better, the NAD, and then she goes and starts functioning better, then everything else is going to run more smooth. And that's really what we're doing. It's a boosting. It's just it's a layering effect. You are just getting deeper and deeper into the cell, and each time you get deeper, you get better improvements and better results. So you take 2 capsules daily. It's recommended not to take within 6 hours of bedtime. You want to take it in the morning with food to get the benefits throughout the whole day. Because remember, like I said, within the first 3 hours, it's increasing that activity by 40%, which is a big, big, big deal. So how much is it? The list price is $65.99, and if you get it on a subscription basis, it's $55.99. But right now, there's an introductory price of $49.99 for the next only 90 days. So you have 3 months where you can try this at $10 cheaper than what it will be in a few months from now. And then the last thing here is, I love that they put it in, you know, kind of a bundle. When it's bundled up like this, you get to save a little bit more money. And so a subscription basis for this is $125.99 a month. So really, you guys, that's all of it. This is available October 4th. I honestly believe that you're gonna love it. I know several people who have been able to participate in taking NAD prior to the launch, and the stories I'm hearing are consistent across the board of just feeling better and having more energy, being in a better mood, and being more just on point throughout the day. So definitely get back with the person who shared this video with you. They'll be able to help you with any questions you have, and also be able to help you to get this ordered as soon as it's available. So thanks again for taking the time to learn about this, and have a great day.